Hey guys, we love that you joined our community over here on the Flip Flop Flipper, and we're so proud that we're the fastest growing real estate investor groups on the entire platform. But here's the truth. The difference from being in the free group, the Flip Flop Flipper, and coming over to Apex, we're actually doing deals there. And in the short time that we've had the community, we've done several $1 million worth of real estate transactions. And I personally know of at least 18 or 20 deals that have happened. We just finished our first ever coffee and bus tour, and out of that, I'm already in conversations with 3 or 4 different groups of people that are going to do real estate deals together. We just want to be a part of your real estate investing story. And the difference between being in the Flip Flop Flipper community and being in the Apex community, Apex is actually get done. We're doers over there. So if you want to go from being a wanna-doer to actually being a doer, click the button. Let's go. Join Apex.
Click the like button too, guys. Welcome to this week's live. Let's go. I'm going to send out a quick text ad to our list here.
This is Monday Night Live number 71.
Number 71. The way this works, guys, is you put your questions in the chat. We'll answer them. I actually have a pre-stream question that I'm going to pull up here in just a second. I'm just going to send this text message off real quick. Dad, entertain these people for just a minute here.
I'm on my phone, you guys. I'm in the studio. Adon is on his way. We'll get mic'd up soon and all that stuff, but he was cooking me a hamburger, so I can't get mad at him. And we're here. We are ready to answer all of your real estate questions. I do have an unfortunate announcement for those of you that have been enjoying, and I've really been enjoying, the Deal Flippers or Deal Analysis Tuesday. We have some friends in town that are going to hang out with us all day tomorrow, and then Linda and I are going to go over to our Rincon property tomorrow night. So we're going to have to cancel this week's Deal Analysis or Deal Flippers, whatever we're calling it. McKenna put out the announcement. Sorry about that last minute, guys, but it's just not going to work out. We're going to be off doing stuff all day tomorrow and ending up in Rincon. There's just no way I can do it. So
yeah. Well, let's get going, guys. Put your questions here in the chat. I'm going to pull up a pre-chat or pre-stream question, I guess you'd call it. It was from Salvador Saez, who's a member of our Apex community. Said, "Good afternoon, McKenna. Thanks for the advice on how to work on the property loan situation. Here's some information on the property." Salvador, say hi if you're in the chat here, but let me share my screen so people can
how many people do we have watching, McKenna? Are we able to see that?
Yeah, we got 10. Do you see it it should be in the top on your phone there somewhere.
Doing it on my phone, I don't see it, but that's okay. Yeah, I talked to Salvador also today. He's looking at some pretty interesting stuff.
So this is what he's looking at. This multifamily building, 250,000. Property situated on 3.5 acres in the mountains in Corozal City. It's a 3-unit generating rental income with a 1-unit 3-bedroom, 1 bath, and then 2 apartments with 2 bedroom and 1 bath. It is a big place.
It's a good looking house too.
So I know that he is trying to decide if he should use an FHA or an FHA 203K loan. Just from speaking to him and looking at this photo, I obviously don't know what the inside looks like. This is all he sent me, but I lean towards just a regular FHA loan. And the reason I'm saying that is the 203K, it's a lot of hoops. I know it needs a hot water heater, but that is a lot of work to just go get a hot water heater. So Salvador, I definitely go with the FHA loan on this one.
And I actually told him, McKenna, that if he needed to, just take the hot water out altogether.
Yeah, there you go.
I think then put it back in later. But I do think the 203K loan is the best in this situation because it'll give him the lowest down payment. Like, so he's got enough money to do a nice hefty down payment. And if you get that FHA loan, he can keep some money in the bank and they'll lend him towards purchase price and renovation. So that's, then he could put in a generator or you could put in solar or things like that. And borrow that money from the bank as well. I thought Adon showed up empty-handed, and I was going to be heartbroken, but
I broke my ass.
I got the
you
burger.
dinner, huh?
I got the burger, so I'm probably going to eat this live on camera while we answer questions.
People will pay for that, man. Don't do it for free. You gotta.
You want to see me eat this hamburger live? Give this thing a like. I'm like a trained monkey, you know. You put food in front of me and give me likes, and I'll dance.
Matthew says, "Good afternoon, fellas. Matthew, how's it going? What are you working on, Matthew?" And then Albert, I asked, "How's everyone doing?" Albert says, "Not good." LOL.
Albert,
what's going on, Albert? And then James Slay says, "Nam nam nom nom nom."
No.
Eat that burger.
I'm going to. I'm going to wait until we get on the main camera.
Okay, I like it.
Then I'll have a full mic while I eat. You guys will be able to hear everything.
Well, guys, the way this works best is put your questions in the chat. We'll answer anything real estate related, or if you need some life advice, Albert, we'll hook you up. We lost them, and now they're back. Hey, you speak into the microphone now.
How's that?
Oh, yeah, that's great. Awesome. So, guys, put your questions in the chat here, or we're just going to keep chatting. Adon, what's going on with you today, man?
Taxes. I hate taxes. I hate QuickBooks. Anybody wants to join the team and do the books, you're more than welcome.
It's a very important part of the team.
Just remember,
the worst.
It is a very important part.
I hate it.
I have
Also,
pretty
our
easy
closing
tax
got delayed. We
Our
had
closing
a
got
closing that was supposed to happen today.
Because the banks here is just like sending paperwork and telling nobody about it.
The banks are terrible.
And then they're like, oh, you didn't get the paperwork? Oh, you didn't tell nobody.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Banks
I
are
sent
bad,
it in an email. Come on.
but we're going to close later this week.
They should text like a normal human being. Email are for people that are 80 and older. Damn it.
The problem with email is you get spammed with all these people like us sending you, ads to come watch the live stream,
Oh, you want a napkin
come
too?
and talk
Some
to us,
fries
learn
and
about
some
real
ketchup?
estate. It makes emails tough. Not Speeches says recommendation on the best cooperative in Puerto Rico.
None.
None.
The best cooperativas, I think, are likely out west. What I've heard of places that are closing often involve the Cabo Rojo Cooperativa, Aguada, and those are the ones that have teamed up. And I've seen this over the last few years. So I don't know that that's necessarily true. That's just what I've seen. So I know the cooperativas, one of them will run point on it, and then they'll team up and they'll get loans done. And these are generally bigger commercial type loans. And when I say I'm seeing them get done, I'm talking about like in the ones, right? Like not like tens or dozens of deals getting done over the last few years, but a few times I've seen the cooperativas close things, and I think Cabo Rojo has been involved in each of those.
Also, I would recommend a mortgage broker that works with a few of them. We like William Halleck. He's a member of our community, Aceland Mortgage, and he works with a bunch of different banks. So that's a great way to do it too. Nancy asks, have we set a date for the bus tour?
Nope.
No, we have not. It'll
When
probably
do
be
people
in
want to come? You
July,
guys
don't
start
you
putting
think?
in the comments. If we wanted to do another coffee and bus tour, when are we thinking?
I think
July?
July.
Not today.
Yeah, not today, that's for sure.
Not today?
But why not tomorrow? Could be. I bet we could fill a Greyhound tomorrow if we started putting it out there right now.
I say, don't we have an event in October? When's our other event, McKenna? October?
What other event? The one with Danella?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a date, but it could be October.
We think we're going to do in October or November a 3-day virtual
Boot camp.
boot camp.
Yeah.
And we're working on it with another group
We'll let you know about the bus tour
With a boot
soon.
camp specialist.
Soon.
But the bus tour or a coffee and bus tour or just a tour, or just bringing people to the island, we could do it maybe in July.
All right, we've got a question from That's Ed 47. I have my grandfather's house located in Kamoy. What's the best route? The house does need the house does need any significant amount, but it's a 2-family home, so it does need a significant amount. Or are you trying to say does not need?
Let's take it like he does. What are you trying to do with it? Are you trying to keep it or flip it?
Yeah, that's the question. Do you want to keep the house or do you want to sell the house?
Yeah. More information, please. We could even invite him up to have a conversation because I'm in Kamoy and I'm trying to get to know it. What part of Kamoy? And what are you trying to do with it? Do you want to sell it? Do you want to keep it as a rental?
Here are your questions. How much do you think it's worth? How much you think it needs? What do you want to do with it?
That said, if you want to join Apex right now, we can bring you onto the stream and have a live conversation about the property. If you're interested, I'll put the link in the chat here for you, and we can get you on right now. Albert says there's a lot of real estate available in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Why is that mean you're having a bad day? What's going on, man? We are do it yourself. Hey guys, I'm doing a seller finance pros and cons for my meetings with sellers. My question is, how much would a seller get taxed if he or she sells their multifamily property for $400,000? What percentage is capital gains?
Island of Puerto Rico or in the States?
Let's imagine it's here.
I'm assuming it's the island of Puerto Rico. I think that the capital gains, long-term capital gains tax is 15% of the gain. So 400,000 doesn't really have much to do with it. It's more about what do you have in the property. So you could have bought the property for $500,000. You sell it for 400,000. You have a capital loss. You pay no tax. You could have bought the property for nothing because you inherited it. You sell it for 400,000, then you have a $400,000 capital gains.
Do you not get a step up in basis in Puerto Rico on inheritance?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer to that.
Neither.
Does somebody in the chat know the answer to that? I'll ask.
Where's Alan when you need him?
Yeah, we know Alan would know.
I was just with Alan. Is he not on?
I don't see him.
Oh.
So let's just say you bought it for 100,000 or 300,000. You sell it for 400,000. You make a gain of $100,000. You're going to get taxed 15% of that. Even if they do seller finance, if they don't do seller finance, if they do seller finance, they can delay when they take the gain. You can push it off a couple years.
You could pay the gain on the money that you receive, right? So, say in McKenna's example, you've got 300,000 in it. You would delay any gain until you had all of the $300,000 back, and then pay a capital gain incrementally on that 100,000 as you received it over a period of time if you were seller financing it.
And we are not tax specialists. We don't know what we're talking about. So don't listen to us.
Definitely get an opinion of a professional.
Second opinion.
And set it up right.
Isabella says, hey guys, sellers asking $260K on a commercial property. It's 3 levels, completely open with only bathrooms on each floor. I'm thinking of rezoning to mixed use with 5 units and a laundromat in one of the areas. I love that plan. I think mixed use is the best property to own right now. And laundromats are always needed. That's a great deal. I mean,
I like the plan.
If you're doing that in Santurce, great deal. If you're doing that, in the middle of nowhere, who knows?
Yeah.
But that's awesome. I like the plan. Do it yourself. What are the percentage of capital gains? 15% on long term. Albert says he's sad because he doesn't have any money to invest.
Dad, you don't need money, Albert. You need a deal.
You tell him.
I just told him. It's not about the money. It's about the deal. Drill that into your head. It's hard to believe, but it's true. You have a deal, the money will find you. But it has to be a good deal. If you have a shit deal, people with money will tell you have a shit deal.
Which is useful, you know?
Yes.
I spent my first years doing this, my first 5 years doing this, just getting told no over and over again because it was bad deals. And then finally you find some good ones and you're like, oh, this is what that feels like.
Yeah, the penny drops once you find a good deal and you're like, oh, let's do that again.
Oh, yeah.
We have a story today. I think we're going to talk about it later on. How many people are watching?
We got 20.
20. We need
Yeah,
20
we'll talk
likes.
about it now.
Everybody hit the
20
like
likes?
button and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, because we have a story today about a kid who made $30,000, doesn't have a job, so he's unemployed, doesn't have any money, and he found a freaking dynamite deal, and he sold it as a wholesale deal inside of our Apex group. So it was a really good day for him.
Did he cry?
I don't think he cried,
Yeah.
but I think he's excited.
I bet.
He's like every other good real estate investor who's telling me, like, I got all the money spent, Robert. I'm like, that's right.
That is the life.
Well, yeah, let's tell the whole story. So Emmanuel got fired from his job at
Well, do
Luma.
we have 20 likes? We can't tell the story without 20 likes.
We need 24 now.
Let's see. We've got 7 likes. Let me refresh. We've got 11 likes.
What you think?
Yeah, we'll need a couple more likes, I think. All right, guys,
Want a
give
little
us like
over on
10
the
more
season,
likes
but-
and we'll get into the story.
Well,
Let's go on to the next question. That said, 47 says, keep it long term or Airbnb. Not sure. What's it worth? Not sure. The worth never did evaluation on a home. So you need to learn how to value it. The easiest way to do that, honestly, call like 5 different realtors that work in
There you
that.
go.
Oh. You brought him with you?
No, but I'm glad he's here.
Looks like he went to church or something.
We got Emmanuel coming in.
The man,
So
the myth,
now-
the legend.
So now if we can get the 24 likes, we can tell the story. And he's here.
We can
Your
let him
story.
tell it.
You gotta adjust the camera though. Here, hold this.
Oh, and we have a long form video coming out tomorrow with this kid, Emmanuel. Because not only has he done this first deal that we did today, he actually did his first deal with us.
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
I mean my first
And we got a couple more.
money in real estate was with you.
And that's
Last week,
because
right?
he's a proud member of Apex. You know, these are the kinds of things that you
Join
get
Apex.
when you're in Apex.
You're only gonna get access to these type of opportunities in Apex because only in Apex we're doing deals.
And Emmanuel leads a group in Apex. Isn't that crazy?
Yep,
It's,
I do
it's
finders
one
meetings.
Are you doing
Uh,
one on Wednesday?
Hopefully, because I've missed like the last 2 or 3 by
Oh,
accident.
no.
I forget about them. Yeah, but I'm gonna do the one tomorrow. I'm not gonna move out of my house tomorrow. I'll do it.
Good.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
Where?
You said you're moving out of your house.
No, I'm like I won't get out of my house. I'll just stay there so I can. Yeah.
He won't leave his house, people. He'll be ready for you.
That's right. So if you want to come to his finder meeting, well, why don't we tell the story? Let's see how many likes we have. We have
What story?
14 likes. I think we get into it.
That's
did
what
you
we're
think
talking
happened?
about. Oh,
Tell us about the deal of a lifetime that you closed today without having a job, with no money in the bank. Now you're going to have some money.
if
Did
you
you
want
need
to
any
find
money?
out the story, there's a video coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow we're
Yeah.
going to tell the real whole story. But
But no,
you
yeah.
closed today.
So for sure. Yeah, I've been all around. I've worked everywhere. And I was working in Luma, miserable for my life. I was helping destroy this beautiful island we have here. I was being part of the problem. But yeah, I was working 9 to 5, literally 9 to 5. I was, every day during the week, 5 days a week. And I
You were
stumbled-
1 week away from being a permanent employee.
yeah, I was about to be a permanent employee, and they just
The rug pulled you.
they rug pulled me. They fired me, and they were like, "I'm sorry, get out of here. We don't want to see you anymore."
It was actually they put him on a Zoom call with a rerun of The Apprentice, and Donald Trump literally said, "Hey, Emmanuel, you're fired."
I mean, if Donald Trump would have said that I was fired, that would have been pretty good. I would have, sure, why not? I would have left happy.
Take it like a badge of honor.
Yeah. So yeah, and then after I got fired, the day that I was on my way to work, I was talking with Alan about doing a deal, I was like, I'm sorry, Alan, I can't do the deal because I don't have time. I have a full-time job. And same day I got fired. I got out. I got out at like 2 p.m. out of the parking lot, and I called Alan. I was like,
I got time.
Let's do it. And yeah, so that's where I started. And then I started doing this full time. I joined Apex, and I've been active. If you've seen my posts, I post all the time. All my deals are in there. You see me here, right? You see me doing deals. And that deal in Rincon, it was just one of the thousands of calls that I made. Like, I was doing massive calls. I would sit down and look at Zillow and save tons of listings, and then I would just call them. I would call every listing I would see that I could be a potential seller finance, sub-2, flip, whatever. I would call it. And this deal, I originally called the realtor about it. I called her about another listing, which we didn't do a deal on, but then she knew I was looking for seller finance, and she contacted me, and she was like, I have a deal for you. They're willing to do seller finance, and it's pretty similar to what you were looking at already. And I just, she told me that. I sat on it for like a week without making an offer. I was just like perplexed. How am I going to buy this, right? 1.1 million. What am I even going to do with it? I don't even know how to do short-term, long-term. What am I going to do, right? And after, thinking about it, I made an offer. I stuck to my, my 10%, less than what you're going to make a month, blah, 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 and all that. I even offer less than what they're asking, and they accepted. They try to counter with some stupid, like they wanted 1 year less or something, but this, very stupid stuff, and they accepted. And the same day that the offer got accepted, I was on the phone with Aaron from Apex. You're not going to get these deals if you're not in Apex, right? So
we're doing deals inside of Apex.
Yeah,
right.
Like if you're not in Apex, you're missing out. And Aaron was already looking to buy something in Rincon, and he was like, give me that deal. I want it. And sure as hell, Robert went with me to go see the property. He gave me the money to put it on the contract. And then like 2 weeks later?
Yeah, it's been
15 days.
It's been 3 weeks or so.
Yeah,
closing.
Almost a month. And then we assigned it to Aaron. And they just bought it today. They closed on this property today. As we're speaking, Steve is staying there right now in his new property.
Is Aaron there now too? Because Aaron missed his flight last night.
I think
but
he already
came in today.
He's already here, but I think he's in San Juan.
Oh, he flew in San Juan, not Aguadilla?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that was a very quick rundown on what happened. And, it just goes to show you're not going to make these deals if you're not really putting in the work and going out there, making yourself known. Hey, this guy, he's the one who's doing wholesaling, or this guy is the one who, he's looking at houses, he's trying to buy them, right? And, you could do that in the free group, sure. But, I can assure you that people who are not in the paid group are going to actually do deals. You're just going to put out, I think it's a waste of breath. If you're not going to really do deals, you should probably be in it.
And I think the overall point really is you don't have to have money, guys, to be a real estate investor. Real estate is the great equalizer. And honestly, anyone can do this, because my story 27 years ago started a lot like Emmanuel's, started a lot like Adon's. McKenna's was a little different because he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. But of the four of us, only one of us was born that way. 3 of us started as real estate investors with really no money.
Who's the one in his house and who's the one in the studio?
For Emmanuel and I, we didn't even have any talent or know what the hell we were doing. We just did it.
Yeah.
Adon hung out with me for a little while, so he might have had a little advantage there. But you can do this stuff by going out and looking at a ton of properties and making a bunch of offers. Emmanuel, you said something of the thousands of calls you made. You have a habit of making 10 calls a day and making 2 offers a day. And if you do that consistently, guys, you will find a deal. You probably aren't going to find one in the first 3 phone calls.
And who knows, in the first week or 2 or 3, I ended up closing my first money deal in May, and I started in January. So it's been a few months, right? But I was persistent, and it's paying off.
And you have 2 more that we're doing, right? Like right now, we're going to close. We were supposed to close today. It got delayed. It's going to happen
Carolina.
hopefully later this
Yeah,
week.
you have Arecibo.
And then we have our Arecibo, which we needed to talk about. Is that coming to a close soon?
Yeah, I'm waiting. We're still waiting on Lewis. He's supposed to do some work on
All right,
it.
we'll call Lewis after this.
I called him like 2 days ago. He said he's working on it.
Yeah.
So, and
We have a
then
closing.
yeah, in Carolina,
Supposed to happen tomorrow.
it was supposed to happen tomorrow, but it
It's
got
not
pushed,
happening
right?
tomorrow.
Damn fucking banks.
It's going to happen Thursday or Friday.
So something I love about that story too, that I think is really important when you think about who's in this deal. You got Emmanuel, who's making 10 calls a day, 2 offers a day. He's putting in the freaking work. And then the buyer is Aaron, who, if you guys have been in the community over on school, you know that he speaks to every single person that joins. the
He's like a
free, joins the
machine, you
free.
guys.
He's a machine.
Yep.
Both of those guys are putting in the work. And what is the work? It's just reaching out and talking to people. You know, it's not
It's
like,
not that
networking. It's
hard.
making phone calls.
It's
It's
not that hard.
meeting people. It's exploring deals. It's talking to people. Aaron gives and gives and gives. Same thing with Emmanuel. Same thing with Adon. Hopefully, you guys find the same thing with McKenna and I. You give, you give, you give, you give, and then eventually you get. I mean, that's what the Muscle Man says. We're big followers of the Muscle Man.
Alex
Give,
Hermoso.
give, 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 give,
I
give,
don't think you know
give.
his name.
give, 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 get.
Yeah. So it's just super important to go out there and network. And, you know, if you're ever discouraged, just ask yourself, would I rather be, you know, chopping down a tree or freaking calling someone on the phone? Do I want to farm a field or do I want to call someone on the phone?
It's hard. It's
Something
hard,
phone
and
call.
I think part of it, and part of it of what really helped me was being around like-minded people who really want the same things as I do.
Yeah.
Because you can ask Alan for a few months there, when back in like I'd say March, April, I was really considering going getting like a waiter job somewhere because I needed the money. Like it was getting to the point where I was making calls, yeah, and I was working, but I wasn't getting anything out of it. And I really considered like going back to a regular job. And then I was telling Alan, I was like, hey, Alan, I think I'm probably not going to be able to do stuff with you. I got to get a job or something. He was like, no, don't do that. You have such good talent.
Yeah.
Stay here. And
The accent. That's so good.
And now you've got 2 deals coming up to close with Alan.
I'm going to close 2 houses
2 or
with
3.
him. Yeah, I think secured 2.
So definitely
Third one is on the way. Hopefully we'll do a third one. So, you know, it really goes to show you that if you really surround yourself with people who are in the same thing and, you know, who want to see you succeed, you will succeed. You need a good support group. And for me, this group was that, right? And obviously my partner was a big part of it, but you know, without people who are actively doing this, you're not going to be able to do it alone. You need, you know, this is a relationship business.
The community of like-minded people.
Yeah.
It's everything, right?
Yeah.
Alan's another great example. So, I mean, there's 3 examples, and I think Steve is even a great example. Steve's probably done more than many people who are in Apex, but he's doing his first deal on the island of Puerto Rico. But Alan has that same heart, that same thing. He's tenacious. He goes and goes and goes like the Energizer Bunny, and he's always talking to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at absolutely everything. The only guy who looks at more real estate than Alan is me.
Yeah.
And I was just with Alan earlier today looking at a house that's next to one that he already owns. And he was trying to figure out whether or not he should buy it. And I'm like, nobody should buy this house more than you do,
Yep.
Alan. So we talked about the strategy. We came up with the offer plan. And yeah, that's the kind of people you're going to meet inside of Apex. So join Apex. We kind of put the button in there, make people join
Here's the
Apex.
button. Click the button.
Hit
Click
the button.
damn button.
Click the button.
Just join
Click
right
the
now. And you know what? If you don't like it, we'll give you your money back.
I did a video and Alan's like, Robert, don't put
No
the
money
video
back.
out until after Friday when I get that thing under contract. And I'm
I'm
like,
in charge
okay.
of it, not Adon. Don't worry, guys. Okay, let's go back to the questions real quick. We're running behind here, guys. This is the Monday night Q&A. Put your questions here in the chat. Nat Speeches says, what's the best setup for power on the island? Solar cells, generator for short-term, long-term rental.
Well, it's, I think you should be hooked into the grid and then either solar or generator if you're going down
In a perfect world, you have both.
Yeah, if you're going to have a nightly rental, you want to have something other than just Luma. Luma will absolutely go out several times during the month for no reason at all.
I mean,
Even
look who
if
they had working for them.
Yeah. We've got full solar at my house. I have full generator on a couple of the properties that we've renovated now. So especially when we're doing nightly rental stuff, we like to have the power come on when it goes off, which the most assured way that it's going to come on when the power goes off is a generator.
Monica says, congratulations again. I got the really short version of this on my call today. Well done.
I talked with her earlier. She's super excited to start with us. I basically give her like a very, very brief summary of what I just said right now. So hope she decides to join us.
Yeah, and you wrecked the video for tomorrow because you just said it all. But
I mean,
we got a video coming out tomorrow that we talk about other stuff as well. So you guys will look forward to that.
You still need to watch the video though.
I assume everybody here who's watching this has already subscribed to the YouTube channel. But if you haven't, hit that subscribe button for us. And tomorrow we'll put out Emmanuel's video. It's going to be a banger. It's a good one.
Lewis says hi. Lewis, good to see you, man.
So Albert, don't be discouraged that you don't have money. Go find a deal, man.
That's true. Isabella says, approximately how many offers are you making a month and how many rejections do you imagine a month? Just want to help those understand that rejection is part of the process. When I was a wholesaler, I was trying to make 100 calls a week, like be on the phone 100 times a week. And I would make an offer on every single one of those calls. And I probably got 2 of those were a yes. So that's a 98% rejection rate.
Yeah.
So yes, I got a lot of rejections, a lot of freaking no's. And that's just part of the process. And let me tell you, if you're someone that takes these things personally, when the people hang up on you, when they get mad at you for your offer, you got to get over that, because it's just there's no time for it. My favorite thing to do, a little bit of a detour here, but I'll give a lowball offer, and it's a reasonable offer. They call them lowball, but it's just based on the math. I'll give them an offer, and then they'll hang up on me. I'll call them right back and just say, "Hey, I think we got disconnected. What do you think about my offer?" And then I'll continue the conversation and get them to say no or yes or counter me.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard this, but it's better to get a stable no instead of them just, what are you doing? Why are you even saying this? Like, doesn't matter. Tell me yes or no. Are you going to say yes or no? Or even if they don't answer, I'll call them back. I've done that a few times. And they're like,
yeah,
why are you calling me? No, I'm not going to take your offer. Okay, that's what I needed. Thank you.
Yeah, yes is the best answer, right? When you're doing that anchor offer. No is probably the second best answer. And then the other reasonable response is that you find out that they have some motivation. That one requires that you're going to do more work.
Yeah.
You don't initially get rejected. You're still probably going to get rejected most of the time because you won't come to a deal, but at least then you're in the ball game. And the reason why no is the second best option is because then you're just looking for that person who's motivated. You're over the last offer. You're over that house. It's dead and gone to you. You move on. You don't even think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a numbers game. Just make offers. The best offers are the emotionless offers. If you get attached to the property, it's harder for you to take a no for an answer. But if you make an offer and you're like, this is the offer, yes or no, whatever you want to do, but this is my offer. And then if you get accepted, those are the best offers usually. So just make offers. It doesn't matter if they say no and they hang up in your face and they're gonna insult you. I've got insulted a few times, so it happens.
I get insulted just for putting videos out and told what a bad person I'm causing everybody to pay more and I pay too much.
Raising our houses too.
Housing prices. Wow. You know what's amazing to me is that I get told again and again that this entire island only makes $10 an hour and they can't afford a house. But who in the hell has ever been able to afford a house on minimum wage? Sorry, I don't mean to be unpolite, but it's just not a thing.
My God. When it looks to the colonizer and the energy problem here. It's terrible.
But look, we tell people what we do and how we do it, and we're trying our best to be part of Real Estate Investor Stories for anyone who's willing to come alongside of us. We partner with people. That's real shit. This is what we do. And I really think anybody can do this. Again, back to Albert, like, you don't have to have money. And I'm not trying to belittle people that work for a small amount of money. I just think that system's broken, and stop doing that. Like, you should be working for minimum wage when you're a kid and you're learning a skill set, and then you either get a raise, get a new job, or become a real estate investor
Or rocket scientist.
or rocket science.
Look, you can be a victim, or you could put that shit aside and start learning how to make money. That's all you could do.
I like the Muscle Man's been saying lately, your excuses are valid. They're true. You know, you're in a situation, all this shit's happened to you to get you there. You didn't have the right parents. You didn't have the right school, whatever. All of that's true, but you still have a problem. And you got to solve that problem. Whatever that problem is, you don't make enough money. Your dog doesn't love you. You got a problem. You got to have a solution. And your excuses are valid, but you got to do something. You
And
can't.
if your dog doesn't love you, it's probably because you're a really bad person. Your dog should love you.
Your dog should love you.
You ought to be able to count on your dog loving you.
Yeah.
You know what? I was talking to a friend this week, Dad, about some of our family history, about a family member of ours that just got stuck in 1970 over some family drama up in Georgia. And it's just powerful. I have a great uncle who had some traumatic stuff happen to him, guys, and for the next 50 years, that's all he was ever able to talk about.
He never got past like 1989, like 1990. That was, my Uncle Tom.
Yep.
Never lived. He lived until like last year, but he never lived a day past this event McKenna's talking about in like 1989, 1990. So
yeah. And it was
the rest of his life. He was just like, can you believe what happened to me on Monday? January 1st, 1989. It's like, damn it, Tom. I've been hearing it for a long time now.
For 40 years. Yep. Oh, man. But so, guys, don't get stuck. Solve your problems. Get to work. On to the next question. Do you buy sub-2 deals in Arizona?
Hey, and my Uncle Tom's dog loved him.
Yeah.
So even though he was stuck, your dog should love you.
His dog did love him. He had a couple good ones. Do you buy sub-2 deals in Arizona? We buy deals everywhere, but the further away they are from Florida and Puerto Rico, the more money we have to make. So that one, if it's in Arizona, we'd have to make a lot of money on it.
I'll tell you what, if you've got the deal of a lifetime on a sub-2 deal in Arizona, I can find a buyer for you, and I'd love to partner with you on it. Yep. I'm not probably going to be the guy who keeps that house long term, but if you've got something, we want to talk to you about it, and we can help you find a buyer.
I just put the link to Apex if you want to send us a message. You can contact us directly. DM me, DM Robert, DM Adon, DM Emmanuel. Put a post in there.
And all those Emmanuel will answer. For sure.
Yeah. Isabella says, I think you just answered the question. Great stuff, Emmanuel. Congrats. Tarek says, are the best deals in Puerto Rico single families or multifamily houses?
Everything.
The best deals are everything. They're really
a good deal. It's a good deal.
The deal that Emmanuel and the guys did today was a 4-family house that's been on Airbnb for a decade, probably.
Yeah, like 15 years almost.
What made their deal so good? Yes, it's a first for everybody, but they got $1 million of interest-free money, 0% interest seller finance deal, $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
That made that deal phenomenal.
It was amazing, and
it brings in $12,000 to $15,000 or $20,000 a month historically, and every time they make a payment, they're directly paying off that $1 million. It's just, that's a phenomenal deal.
Yeah, I think the best deal is the one that you can make a good deal, right? Because you could find a single family and they could be overpriced, but if you could get it at a good price, or if you can get seller finance, or you can take over a loan, it really depends on, each property is different, right? You got to find a deal, right?
And I think it also, Tariq, it depends on your circumstance too, because if you are someone who doesn't have any money at all and you're looking to do a quick wholesale deal, there's probably more buyers for a single family home than there is for a multi-million-dollar mixed use building.
Yeah.
But if you're sitting on a bunch of cash and you're going to do this stuff yourself, the cash flow probably is in that mixed use building that we talked about earlier in the stream, where you can get 5 or 6 different streams of revenue And I think it was a $250,000 purchase price or something like that. We could look back through the comments, but yeah.
And if you have a long enough time horizon, I mean, to me, the best deal over 10 years is you buy a 50-unit hotel in Condado, 609 Condado. It's for sale right now. You guys can put it in Google.
Yeah.
You buy a hotel, you run it for 4 years, you get almost half of your money back from the government. Then you condoize the units, sell them off individually. I mean, on a $12 million investment, you can make like $25 million. It's pretty ridiculous, but that's a 7-8 year timeline, and that's a 7 or 8 years of you're working on that every day.
Hey, by the way, I just saw this today, but it looks like if these new taxes go through, they are extending the sunset of the opportunity zone law, which would be phenomenal for that deal that you talked about, McKenna, and
What's that?
just about every other thing on the island. So we'll be doing some more content about that, guys. If you want to learn about opportunity zones, we've got a playlist and you can check that out. Opportunity zones are designated areas where the government is encouraging people to invest their money. In the States, it's generally going to be a small demographic or a small area. It's not Act 182. It's called opportunity zones. 98% of the island's an opportunity zone. So you can buy A+ areas only in Puerto Rico. So check out that playlist that we've got. And then we're going to put out some new content. I have to do some research and make sure that it's true.
Opportunity zone is over the whole United States, but in most of the states is in designated areas where they want, a project or something built for housing and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's generally like in Orlando, Florida, it's going to be the historically bad part of town.
Yeah, it's going to be 10 blocks.
Correct.
Very small.
It's the whole island.
Yeah.
But on the island, because of Hurricane Maria and because of a housing shortage and all kinds of other mishaps that have happened, the whole damn island basically, except for
Dorado
places like
Palmas.
Gringoland. Yeah, Dorado, Condado, Palmas, Saba, where they have the old Navy base.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Anyway, so that's exciting stuff.
Termina says, I've called a lot of properties in Puerto Rico, and because I don't speak Spanish, they hang up. It's very frustrating. I don't get to make an offer before they hang up. I'm very persistent. You guys have any
Text
tips
them.
on what to do there?
Just Google Translate your offer and text it to them.
That's right. Yep.
Hey, my name's Termina, and here's my offer.
Bring me your deals tomorrow. I'll call them for you.
Oh, she's got to join Apex first.
Is she not an Apex? If you're not an Apex, then I can do that. But if you're in Apex, every Wednesday, I mean, at least I'm trying to do it every Wednesday. I'm making live calls, and specifically for people who might not speak Spanish or they're not too well administered in phone calls, sales calls. I can give them a call and I'll make an offer, and I can help you evaluate if it's a good offer or whatever. So,
but I do like the idea of this text, right? You can just write your text in the Google Translate, copy it into Spanish, and text it.
Yeah,
but WhatsApp too.
Yeah,
SMS and WhatsApp.
And I would say, guys, if you haven't heard Emmanuel make live calls, you are missing out. It is very enjoyable to hear him make offers.
Yeah.
I don't remember when we were in the car. Remember the whole day we were in the car riding around? He was taking calls in the back. Hola, mi nombre es Manuel. Sí, tú sabes si están interesados en seller finance. Sí, okay. Like, okay, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
We were very excited to hear him talk shop in the car. So you guys don't miss it out. Don't miss out on that. That's on Wednesday. Yeah, he was just going. When he's in it, he doesn't even know he's talking.
All right.
Who's next with the question? This is
We've
great.
got Monica says, I'm looking forward to presenting my deal soon. Monica, we'd love to hear it.
Yep.
We are not doing.
We would have done it tomorrow, but I'm canceling.
Oh,
you're canceling?
No,
tomorrow. Tuesday's canceled.
Why?
The whole day's canceled.
The whole. It's
Our
going straight to
Tuesday
Wednesday.
deal analysis. We're canceling unless Adon and Emmanuel want to do it.
Want to do it?
What happened?
I have to go to Rincon.
Yeah, something. Yeah. I promised Monica I was gonna help her with the deal tomorrow, so
we'll do it.
Well, Monica, he'll call you one-on-one and help you.
I will. She has my number. She knows that we can help her.
Yeah. And Monica, we can look at it on Thursday as well. on the master
I don't know
class.
if Robert.
We can. What are we teaching on Thursday? What's the master class Thursday night?
It is. I'll tell you right now. It is called
Yeah.
Advanced Exit
Yeah,
Strategies. Diversify your exit approach beyond traditional sales to maximize profitability in changing markets.
All
What does
right.
that mean for real estate? It probably means seller financing, first position, second position notes.
Yeah.
A few other tips and tricks that we
And
use
did
over
Monica
here.
just join Apex today?
I don't think so. Not yet. Monica, are you joining Apex?
Join Apex, and we'll go over your deal on Thursday night.
If you join Apex, I'll give you a call too, and we can talk about it. But
yeah,
to get Robert's opinion and everything, you can do that. Join Apex, and we'll talk about it on Thursday.
Absolutely. Renee says, "Hey guys, Renee, good to see you." Strategic Heart says, "Educators in Puerto Rico are underpaid. Bachelor's degree is $27.50 per month. Master's degree, $38.77.50 per month. Doctorate, $5,000 per month. It's not about minimum wage, but the pay scale is low."
Yeah, no, that's for sure. That I mean, that is a true problem, and I feel bad for educators everywhere that they're raising the youth, they're teaching the people that their job is so important, and they don't make really enough money. That's true just about everywhere you go. I mean, it's not like if you're in Florida, they're getting paid a ton of money. They're not. So what do you do? I mean, the nice thing as an educator is if you're teaching K through 12, you work till about 3 or 4. You can work in the evening and look for real estate. You also get a summer break where you can try and buy real estate. I lean towards real estate, but really it could be anything, right? Like you're right. It's hard to make a living wage as an educator. So you're going to have to figure out a side hustle. You're going to have to figure out something. I don't want a whole bunch of educators to quit their job because their job
That's
is
going to be a
super
problem.
important.
Yeah.
That would be awful. But I do want to offer alternatives, and there are alternatives. There are ways to
Be an
go and make
entrepreneur.
money.
Yeah, be an entrepreneur. It's just, if it's easy, you don't want it. So if it's easy, it's not worth it. That's how I see it, right? If you're just gonna work your job and not really work hard on something else, then you really want to do it?
I planned to be a physical education teacher and a high school basketball coach. That was like going to be my big thing.
Yeah.
I went to the university. I got the 4-year degree. I started to get the master's degree, and then something happened, thank God, and I got an itch, and I had to go play basketball some more. So I went over and became a professional basketball player, and then lo and behold, I never went back to school, and I became a real estate investor, and I didn't have to try and live on $40,000 a year.
I will say, if you were a PE teacher, maybe I would have been better at sports. Could have gone professional.
Wow.
I think I was
failing as a dad. You're failing.
I think I was a terrible coach. I don't know. I definitely let you down, McKenna. I'm sorry.
The ball. Run.
He's heard that.
Jump!
Shoot! What the hell are you
Why are we
doing?
not shooting?
I'm still saying that. Take your shot. Shoot your shot, you guys. Don't worry about rejection.
You miss every shot you don't take.
Real estate
Beyond
investing is a lot like basketball. When I was playing basketball, I can remember I'd shoot that first shot and I'd miss it. I'd get the rebound. I'd shoot the second shot and I'd missed that. And I'd think to myself, damn, that's weird. I'd shoot, I'd miss it again, but I'd get the rebound and I'd be like, there's no fucking way in hell I'm not going to make this next shot. So I'd always shoot the fourth shot. You got to take your shot. And if I missed it, I'd go do it again. I was fearless.
He was a tenacious rebounder, that's for sure. Still is. He'll elbow you right in the nose.
Now I got to shoot like 15 times before I make the layup.
Oh man. Mike Rusica says, "Congrats, Emmanuel."
Thank you.
Tramina says, "Okay. I'm not in Apex. I lost my family home in 2008 because an investment group misled me. And I was new and ignorant to real estate, so I will talk about joining when I return next month. I lost
who's that?
Now this is Tramina.
Oh man, Tramina, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
Yep. I lost a now $2 million house because I was taken advantage of. That is terrible.
Wow.
That's especially in 08. I mean, a lot of people lost everything. I know me and my family did. I was a little kid back then, but it's I think that's a common story to hear.
Yeah. We lost our family home in 2008, and they took the Hummer right out of the driveway.
Just yeeted it away.
Took it away.
Yeah. Said nope. Monica says tomorrow.
I guess that means she'll subscribe to Apex tomorrow.
Awesome. Well, we're
Hopefully.
glad to have you there, Monica.
And we'll see you Thursday then, Monica, on the
On the thing.
Thursday night masterclass.
Thursday night Dealmakers Club.
You didn't know what Thursday night was?
Oh, I know. I can say if you knew.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Go
I'm getting
ahead
old.
and put your questions in the chat here, guys.
we got
Real
about what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, we're doing well. I'm going to play a quick message from our sponsor before we get back to questions. Put your questions in the chat. We've got maybe 10 or 15 minutes more.
Hey guys, we love that you joined our community over here on the Flip Flop Flipper, and we're so proud that we're the fastest growing real estate investor groups on the entire platform. But here's the truth. The difference from being in the free group, the Flip Flop Flipper, and coming over to Apex, we're actually doing deals there. And in the short time that we've had the community, we've done several $1 million worth of real estate transactions. And I personally know of at least 18 or 20 deals that have happened. We just finished our first ever coffee and bus tour. And out of that, I'm already in conversations with 3 or 4 different groups of people that are going to do real estate deals together. We just want to be a part of your real estate investing story. And the difference between being in the Flip Flop Flipper community and being in the Apex community, Apex is actually get done. We're doers over there. So if you want to go from being a wanna doer to actually being a doer, click the button. Let's go. Join Apex.
That's why I came late.
Okay. All right. Do we have any more questions?
Guys, if you have questions, put them in the chat. If not, drop a like, subscribe. And we're doing this every week, every Monday night.
We've done this 71 times. This is Monday Night Live
71 times.
And
We're
we've
not
got a
breaking that streak.
podcast coming soon.
Oh, I didn't say we did 71 straight times.
What you say?
How's the podcast coming? We've got a podcast that's going to be releasing soon, guys.
It's and speaking of, we need to shoot an intro and an outro.
All right.
We can get it to Charles. He already knows what to do.
Let's do it.
It's coming. Eventually, it'll be here. I think by the end of this week, if we can meet here and shoot what we need, and I can get it to the editor, it'll be out for the masses.
We'll shoot the intro and outro right after this.
Nope. I don't have the SD cards here.
Holy cow.
Holy cow's right.
All right. What's next?
That's it.
I
Oh,
see two more
Tremina
questions.
says, I'm looking at a house on the same street I purchased my first house on. He's asking 50,000. I offered him 35. Waiting for a response.
Hell yeah.
There you go. Is that a good deal? 35,000. They're asking 50. I mean, you're certainly not making an insulting offer.
Yeah. And it's, once you get to a low enough amount of money, it's almost hard for it not to be a good deal. 10,000, you're like, it almost doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be okay. We are do it yourself. Today's generation just want to text. So we got that advantage. We don't fear phone calls.
Yeah. I mean, I still think the phone calls are very effective, but texting is the next best way. I'm trying to leave email behind, you guys. I'm working hard to try to never, ever have to answer emails again and only call or text. So there'll only be 3 or 4 ways to get a hold of me. You can find me at church on Sunday. You can find me in Apex. You can find me here on Monday Night Live. And if you know me well enough, you'll have my phone number and you can call or text me.
I like it.
But don't
That's a
send me a
good plan.
freaking email.
Send a carrier pigeon. He's more likely to answer.
I mean,
He would be excited to get a carrier pigeon.
I would,
think so.
I mean, who wouldn't be?
Just lands on your arms. Hug.
Yeah.
if you send me a text and tell me you're going to send like a smokestack up or something, I'll look for it.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. All right, guys, we'll hit that like button. And I guess that's it for this week.
All right.
All right, let's go.
That was good. That went fast.
Tremina has another question. Can I
Go ahead.
contact you without being in Apex?
Nope.
Well,
You gotta
you're
join the
here,
free
you
group.
can
Yeah, the Monday Night Lives.
you can join the free account and you can message me there, the Flip Flop Flipper, and we can text.
I just put a link for the free account here in the chat, guys. Awesome. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Good night.
Everybody have a good night.